Hey, what's up everyone? It's Flex and welcome back. So I have an issue that I've been dealing with for a while ever since I owned my Mercedes. I like to drive with my steering wheel tilted very low so I have more control, but the issue with that is it's hard for me to actually see my speed. So to fix that, today we're going to be installing this. This is a HUD or a heads-up unit display. You probably see it in some of the higher-end luxury cars where when they're driving, you can see their speed projected onto their windshield, so it looks like it's on the ground, it's in front of them, so they never have to look at their speed on their instrument cluster. This is actually really easy to install. It's only 50 bucks, and I got it from DMP Car Design. I'll leave a link in the description below on where you can buy it. So let me walk you through some of the details of the product before we install it on the car. So this is what you get inside the kit. You get the instruction manual, you get the HUD unit. As you can see, everything is flipped because when this is on your dash, it will project the proper way onto your windshield. You get your cable, you get some double-sided tape for this to mount to your dash, and you also get this kind of clear film that you put on your windshield, so when this projects onto your windshield, it has a nice clean surface and you'll get full visibility of the HUD itself. So there it is, let's go put it on. So the first step before you start your car is take the cable and the connector, and you want to plug it into your OBD port, which is right under here. Now that the cable is connected to the car, I plugged it to the HUD. We're not going to run the cable up to the dash yet because we need to set up the HUD. So the first thing you need to do is start your car. To set up the HUD, first thing you want to do is flip it around so the HUD lettering is on the top. There's actually a power switch right here. Red is off, and then you push it down to turn it on. And you also have a toggle switch here where you can toggle up and down, and you can push on it just like it's a button. But as you can see, everything is backwards, so I'm going to be doing everything against a mirror so you can see exactly what I'm doing. Okay, to get into setting, we're going to use the toggle and toggle up, and then we're going to switch on the HUD. And you see that it's just everything's lit up like a Christmas tree. Let go of the toggle, and now you will have 7 different settings. So you have 1, 2, 3. I'm just toggling up 4, 5, 6, 7. So 1, when you push on the toggle, is to switch between miles per hour and kilometers per hour. So I'm gonna leave it on option 2 because I'm in the US and we drive with miles per hour. So I'm gonna push on the toggle. I'm back to the main screen. I'm gonna toggle up to number 2. Push on that. I'm gonna leave it at 0 because this is a normal car according to the instruction manual. Push on the toggle. I'm back to the main screen. I'm gonna toggle up. I'm in option 3. I'm gonna leave it on 1 because that's also an option on the instruction manual to keep for a normal car. Option 4. So this says 102. When I first powered on the setting, it was actually at 108. This has to do with calibrating your speed on the HUD to match your car. At 108, for some reason, my speed on the HUD was faster than the car by a few miles per hour. When I toggled this option down to 102, now my speed on my HUD matches exactly my car. So 102 might work for you. Back to the main menu, option 5. So this is the temperature of your vehicle. It's an alert. So at 110 degrees, the HUD's gonna alert me. And that's good to know just in case if my car is overheating, but you can change this up and down if you choose. I picked 110, and I think it was 110 out of the box. Now back to the menu at 6. 6, I don't know what 6 is. What is 6? So at 6, this is the brightness of your HUD. I like to leave it on 7, so that way it's bright during the day and at night. But for video shooting purpose, One just looks better on the screen for you guys to see the instructions, but I'll go back and change it to 7. And then the last one, number 7, is basically your shift reminder. So if you have an RPM set up on the HUD, you can have it give you an alert at specific RPM. So right now 50 is 5,000 RPM, that's 5,100 RPM, that's 5,200 RPM. I'm gonna leave it at 5,000 RPM. Back to the main menu. Now it's all set. You can shut off the HUD, turn it back on without touching any toggles. It will count up and then you should be back to your working normal screen. Okay, so on the normal screen, we have the speed, and if you toggle up, you get your voltage for your battery. You toggle up again, you can see the temperature of your vehicle. And then if you toggle down, you can actually set an alert for your speed. So let's say I don't like to drive above 80 miles per hour, so I can set that to 80. And now it will alert me every time I go over 80 miles per hour. Lastly, if you push on the toggle button, you'll get that bar, and that's for your RPM. As you can see, I like that, so I'm gonna keep that on, and you're done. Now we can run the HUD to the top of the dash and fully install it. I went ahead and temporarily ran the wire up the side, and the HUD is right there. I increased the brightness back to 7 so you can really see it during the day, and there you go, you can see it right on the windshield. It kind of has like a 3D effect. That's because this is double pane glass. Once you figure out where you want to put the HUD, then you can put the double-sided tape on the back of the HUD, and you can put that clear square film that I initially showed in the contents of the box. I just got to figure out where I want to put it. I don't know if I want it in the center or if I want it off to the side. Let's see. Okay guys, so it's done. I ran the wires up and I decided to tuck it in this left corner. I have the double-sided tape mounted so it's not going anywhere. I taped up the plastic film temporarily so I can move it around to match my field of vision, and then I peeled off the film and adhered it to my windshield, and as you can see, it actually looks really good. It looks a little blurry, but that's just my camera. It's actually really crystal clear, and it looks just like your digital gauge. Right now, the setting is on number 4 for brightness. Number 7 is actually a little too bright, especially at night, so you might run into issues of cops pulling you over, but that's on you. I decided to go with number 4 and it looks really good. So let's take it outside in bright daylight, because I think it's around 2 o'clock right now. So there's plenty of light outside, and you'll see how this actually performs out during the day. Okay, we are outside. It's around 2:30, so there's plenty of light outside. And check it out, it looks awesome. It's crystal clear and it's responding perfectly and matching up with the speed on my car. I mean, if you have to do one cool techie mod to your car besides the Android screen, I definitely recommend doing this HUD. Man, it looks cool. Well, there you have it. I hope you guys liked the video. If you do, hit like below. As always, make sure you subscribe, and I will see you next time.